you understood the poem till where I have narrated till now. Okay, till where I have told you now. Now, till now we found how Krishna died. What was the expression of Jara, the hunter, who mistakenly hit Krishna, Lord Krishna, with his arrow. Then, what was the condition of the world, or how did Lord Krishna's death affected the world? Now, in the next paragraph, what we are going to study is, or what we are going to see, is about what was the expression on the face of dying Krishna. Okay, so I'll read the poem. Unshaven, lean face, disillusioned, sad, pale as plaster. Crumpled yellow garments, once the heartthrob of the yogis, lips still smelling of a little earth stealthily swallowed, stolen butter, half-truths, love play in moonlight, and the myriad deceits on the Yamuna banks. So, what the expression on Lord Krishna's unshaven lean face was, the unshaven lean face of Lord Krishna was disillusioned, means it was completely disappointed, it was sad, and it was pale as plaster. And his yellow garments, the Lord Krishna is also known as Pidambar because he loved wearing the yellow garment. So his yellow garments were crumpled. Once the heartthrob of the gopis, he was once the heart. So, Lord Krishna, while he was a small little boy, he had stealthily swallowed some earth. That means he took up a small amount of soil while he was playing with his brother and his friends, and he stealthily, without getting under the notice of anyone else, he stealthily swallowed that little earth, and that little earth was still smelling on the lips of Lord Krishna. And he once, who was the heartthrob of the gopis, was now lying down there with his crumpled yellow garments, and his little lips were smelling of not only the little earth that once he stealthily swallowed, but also it was smelling of the stolen butter, and also it was telling the stories of the half-truths that he had played with, and also the love play in the moonlight, and the myriad deceits. Deceit means the many colorful mischiefs or the act of cheatings that he did with the gopis on the Yamuna banks. All these came to be, all these was reminded in the minds of the people who were seeing Lord Krishna dead and lying down there. Now, this is about the death of Lord Krishna. Till this much, the poet talk about the death of Lord Krishna alone. This historical historical personage is dead. From the next paragraph onwards, what we see is how in the modern scenario, the modern man, what is the attitude of modern man towards death in the modern scenario. So the newspapers, what will happen in the modern scenario? When one person dies, the obituaries will be given in the newspapers, and the size of this obituary depend upon the social status of a person, depend upon the position of that person who is dead. So the poet is now comparing the death of the personage like Lord Krishna with that of a modern man in the current scenario. Newspapers flashed buried obituaries. Untimely accidental death leaves a void difficult to fill, and yet from now on, husbands would sleep in peace. No more would there be fratricidal wars or darkness in the hearts and cancer in the soul. So, here there is a mixture of what is happening in the modern scenario, and also this poet talk about the death of Krishna. So, in the modern scenario, when one person dies, obituaries will be given in the newspaper, and the size and the space that these obituaries occupy in the newspaper will depend upon the social status of that particular person, and also upon the position of that person in this society. And this, when a person or when an eminent person in the modern scenario dies, the newspapers would flash headlines stating that this was an untimely death, this death leaves a space which possibly nobody can fill, and yet from now on, And yet from now on, from there onwards, the poet talked about the after effect of Lord Krishna's death. He says that uh, till then the husbands were not having a peaceful sleep because Krishna was always found in the moonlit river banks along with the gopis. So their husbands could sleep from now on peacefully. No more would there be fratricidal wars. And also with the death of Lord Krishna, we can fratricidal wars means the war between the brothers, that means the Kauravas and Pandavas. Since Krishna is no more, there won't be any wars like that happened in the Kurukshetra. The poet tells us that it is because it was Krishna who precipitated this war. There will nobody to instigate people to fight anymore because Krishna is already dead. So there won't be any fratricidal wars from now on, or darkness in the hearts and cancer in the soul. And also there won't be darkness in the heart and cancer in the soul. Conflagration of unknown joy leapt into the sky as the crowd sang, "The age of guilt has ended." Conflagration means something burning with a blaze. So, is unknown joy, but though there was sorrow, there was also some kind of unknown joy that was leaping into the sky, that was reaching into the sky, because the crowd sang that the age of guilt has ended. With the war of Kurukshetra, it has been stated that the entire civilization would be having a rebirth, because all the guilt, all the moral decline that was there till then was wiped away with the Kurukshetra war. And from the next day onwards, after the end of the Kurukshetra war, from the very next day onwards, the whole earth would be waking up onto a new good tomorrow. So people said that though the Krishna's death brought in sorrow, it also brought in unknown joy, because with the death of Krishna, the age of guilt has ended. In Jara's heart, darkness swelled as the sun went out, and his tears flowed as a river. So it was Jara just became a simple instinct for Lord Krishna's death, because Lord Krishna was, having completed all his duties, was now waiting for the moment of his death, and he somehow wanted a simple excuse to die, and that's the only reason. And Jara's arrow became the very simple reason for Krishna's death. So since Jara didn't mean to kill Lord Krishna, but accidentally it happened. Jara, though the entire world was waking up into a new age of happiness and justice, Jara alone, his heart and soul alone, was immersed in darkness, because it was swelled up by darkness, because the one and the only sun that he was seeing in front of him went down because of his own action, and tears flowed from his eyes just like a river. So because as the killer was concerned, it was a personal loss, because when one community celebrates the death, for example, as far as the killer is concerned, it was her personal loss, because it was due to his action that Lord Krishna died. But when one community celebrates a person's death, the other community weep because of other community weep in repenting his own actions. The same evening, at the hurried convened meeting controlling the sad demise, they declared another public holiday. So in the last paragraph, the poet talk about what would be the after effect of an eminent personality's death in the modern scenario. When once we hear an important person in our society die, the very next day the government or the governing authority would declare a public holiday. That is the greatest gratitude that any public personage would get in the modern scenario. But their death can never be compared with the death of Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna was the very catalyst, and he was the one who precipitated all the actions till the Kurukshetra war, and the rest of the thing happened as it was to be. So, Lord Krishna's death is a historical death. It transcends time and space. But the death of a modern person, though the very next day, after the death of that person, the newspapers would declare that the death has left a space which can never be possibly filled. But from after a few days or after a few months, this death will be forgotten. This dead person would never be remembered, until and unless a particular situation happens. And uh, uh, that's what the poet is trying to tell us, that in the modern scenario, the people move on with their busy life, and their attitude towards death is different when compared with the people's attitude at the time of Lord Krishna's death. So this is what the poet tried to tell us through the poem Death of Krishna. I hope this video would be useful for you in understanding the meaning of this poem line by line. So we have done here is a thorough reading of the poem Death of Krishna by Sikatan Mahapatra. In the previous video, I had given you the brief bio about the author, as well as the brief note on this poem Death of Krishna. Hope you see both these videos, and hope these videos will be useful for you. If you find it useful, please do comment. Please do watch, comment, like, share and subscribe. Do support and do watch the upcoming videos. In this pandemic situation, I request all of you to stay healthy and safe at your home, and enjoy your life as well as it is possible. Thank you and bye.